When avoidants lose someone who genuinely loved them, their reaction often contradicts everything they claimed about not needing emotional connection. The loss triggers a complex psychological response that reveals the depth of the hidden attachment, forcing them to confront feelings they've spent years avoiding and needs they've consistently denied. Initial denial and minimization. The first reaction is typically to minimize the significance of the loss. They tell themselves and others that the relationship wasn't that important, that they are better off alone, and that this outcome proves they were right to maintain emotional distance. This denial serves as psychological protection against acknowledging how much they actually depended on their partner's consistent love and emotional availability. They often convince themselves that the relief at not having to deal with relationship pressure outweighs any sense of loss. They may even feel temporarily liberated from the anxiety of managing someone else's emotional needs and expectations. This initial phase can last weeks or months, during which they appear to be thriving without the relationship. The delayed emotional impact. As time passes, the reality of the loss begins to penetrate their psychological defenses. They start to notice the absence of their partner's emotional presence in ways they never acknowledged valuing. The consistent love, support, and emotional availability they took for granted becomes glaringly obvious through its absence. This realization often hits them unexpectedly, triggering intense emotions they struggle to process. They may experience what feels like phantom pain, moments when they want to share something with their former partner, seek comfort during stress, or simply feel the security of knowing someone cares about them unconditionally. These impulses reveal how much they relied on their partner's emotional presence, even while claiming not to need it. Regret and self-blame. Many avoidants eventually experience profound regret about their inability to reciprocate the love they received. They begin to recognize that they had something rare and valuable, someone who loved them despite their emotional limitations, and they let it slip away through their own fear and resistance. This regret often transforms into harsh self-criticism about their emotional patterns. They may replay relationship moments, recognizing their partner's attempts at connection that they dismissed or avoided. The realization that they consistently rejected genuine love often creates intense shame about their attachment patterns and fear about their capacity for future relationships. The phantom return attempt. Eventually, many avoidants attempt to reconnect, often when they realize their former partner has moved on emotionally. This return attempt is typically motivated by the panic of losing their secure base permanently rather than genuine readiness for emotional intimacy. They may suddenly display emotional availability they were never capable of during the relationship, desperately trying to reclaim what they've lost. However, this phantom return usually fails because it's driven by fear of abandonment rather than actual emotional growth, revealing that losing someone who truly loved them doesn't automatically create the capacity to love back. It simply exposes how much they needed that love all along. Chart controls Sonnet 4.